Halo. ST123. Pagi semuanya. Ada yang belum tidur, selamat tidak tidur. Yang baru bangun, selamat beraktivitas. Ada yang nonton tapi ya. Halo. Pengen lihat bro. Jadi makanya nonton saya. Udah pagi cuy, map 3 cuy. Maka bisa. Sentinel menangin gamenya.
It did kind of feel like a fight of the fades early on, but it was Trent who was coming out on top. He looked so good for the guard. Just seeing how he's been, honestly, hitting his form from stage 1, because we expected that in stage 2. Stage 2, Trent really fell off. He took the L, plus ratio, all that nonsense. But he is back to that stage 1 form here, Ender, where we're seeing him win rounds.
Morning people, belum tidur tempatnya Yasin. Aku bisa nonton itu loh. Woi masih pagi. Yoi pagi kan gila. Emang ini pagi ini. Emang pagi aja. Mau ini aja last map ini. Kobarin siapa? Nobarin Valorant. Gimana sama pagi woy ya. Udah morning people, nggak tidur ini, nggak tidur. Belum tidur aku. Paling aku tidur terus Jumatan langsung nanti. Pasti bangun Jumatan. Karena ibu pasti bangunin. Dek Jumatan dek. Dia aku udahin. Kalau ke kiri ya kameranya.
Run at the LAN in Iceland. They come back, they continue with that rough performance, but now they're coming in towards this game, and it's looking, well, we still have seen some shaky moments, like they are returning to that coordination, to the individual play that we expected out of stage 1 guard.
And let's keep in mind too, like they lost map 1, but map 1 was their permaban last stage, and it's been
mandi dulu bang, siap-siap sekolah. Oke Yasin, mandi.
Now, sure, you can make the argument that Sentinels is maybe not in perfect form as the team has only recently come together, but still, it's promising to see them even take a map they don't typically play to that distance, even though they lose it. Now, though, we move to map 3. Map 3 is comfortable territory as we're moving to Icebox, and that's something that we've seen the guard actually play quite well, and it's a map they've picked somewhat regularly in the past.
Yeah, it was a map that they started trying, play like the double controllers a few times on, which is an interesting look of how to play that map too. And it's a map that it's one of those where it was like always like this is the map that you're totally fine playing the Jet. Most comps have both a Jet and a chamber that you're locking in to take extremity control on defense, take early peaks as well. So I don't know, like this is a map that I think guard obviously have a very good chance of winning here up against Sentinels, but the way Sentinels have been playing too, I've been fairly impressed overall with the changes in their comps too.
Yeah, it absolutely has been. I think the initiator play we've seen across the first 2 maps can continue here. I want to talk though more so about the composition that guard tends to run here. In recent memory, when they've been playing in tier 2 events, they've moved away from the Jet. They've been playing that kind of more
sekolah dulu cuy. Sekolah dulu cuy. Yo, monggo sekolah aja.
Which has been looking like a better role.
Semangat sekolah.
Well, the agent select is coming through. I think honestly my eyes are going to be on the controllers because we saw it in map 1, the impact that some of those Viper setups had on both sides of the map. Even so much as to break it down there. And
here it is.
I'm curious to see what's going to happen here.
We got the Brimstone. Okay, so this is a bit of an EMEA style pick. I believe it was it FPX that was playing it that I liked it? No, I think it was Mech. It was Mech.
It was Mech first, and then Optic stole this comp as well.
Yeah. So I'm a huge fan of the Brimstone. I used to be a double smokes eater on this map. I thought it was garbage. Then I watched some Mech.
Kenapa kamu bapak-bapak?
In preparation for this LCQ that's
dari tadi sebenarnya aku, cuma dari jam 3 aku malah nih nonton. Baru tak live-in aja. Terakhir.
In rounds, they will save it for the post plant, and you can create nasty one-ways on both the A site by belt and by pipes, as well as on the B site too with yellow and green. You can just make it impossible for teams to play on-site in the post plants. If you are keeping 2 smokes up with Brimstone, it's so frustrating.
3 kali hero sama saat Zamzel Systems. Gak apa-apa sih. Ya yuk. Semoga kamu sehat terus. Semangat om. Yoi. Nggak sini santai nih. Ini nggak gimana. Aku pengen nonton aja saking tak live-in.
out your chambers, your pseudo-duelist. It's kind of what you'd expect if you've looked at what we've seen thus far for the side of Sentinels. I'm excited for another KO map from Celsius. I've had kind of back and forth thoughts, I know you have as well, of KO on this map and how much value it provides. But when you're playing against a double smoke comp, I actually think it's a really great agent to bring into the fold.
Well, it's time to find out who's going to be taking the series as we are jumping into map 3. It's Icebox, the third map decider. Our casters are standing by. Rivington, Fancilli, are you still awake?
Oh, I'm definitely awake. It's not late in a day. My age doesn't show. This is a great series that we have so far, and I love that we're going into Icebox for the third map because
let's
both
go.
of these teams have been cold in this series, and I love it, Riv. We're seeing the guard. We have Valen that's going to be IGLing, but not even playing a smoke. He's playing a KO. We switched some stuff around. We've been cooking around stuff for the guard.
When
And
KO
also for
tumben
Sentinels, it's been
pagi-pagi
answered.
turu.
No more Jet in the last 3 maps that they've played, just
There it is.
abandoning that and keeping Tenz full time on that chamber.
Right, and we did think this map pool could lead to some Jet if they had to do it. We said, oh, okay, Jet could be available. Didn't happen. Cupert brought in after Masters, assistant coach for the guard. Some of these unconventional strats, we
Anjay,
see the
lemparan apa
Brimstone
itu?
now. I've always wondered about seeing
Udah,
more
cuy,
Brim
gigi.
on Icebox. Those 18-second smokes almost put you within a window of being aggressive. Right, you put down smokes, and it's either a hard fake to the other side, or you don't have smokes anymore. Be super interesting to see
Gila,
how they
smoke-nya
play.
banyak,
A
cowok.
focus for now here, guard on attack first. This is the final map, so picked by neither, just thrown in off of what was banned. Let's see who's done their homework. Dapper's pushing.
Gila,
the
nice
maze, the
dapper.
wall.
Nice banget, cuk.
Oh, I love it. The wall also gives the information with all of these shots coming in that it is a hard hit for the guard towards the A side. Underhand
Nice,
flash, but
nice.
we're staying safe behind the Jenny. That's 2 opening kills coming out. Make that even Sentinels across
Lagi-lagi
the board.
Sentinel.
Last one is going to be spotted on top of that too, in front of the orb, and that Saya player. Elise is not going to get the flawless to start things off for Sentinels,
Lagi-lagi
but
early game-nya
we
tadi
continue to
4-0.
trade these pistols back and
4-1.
forth between
Itu juga tadi
Sentinels and the guard
4-0.
so far, and
Gasen.
Saya player pulls out some magic. 4 bullets left off the Headhunter, make that even 3. His position's given away on the top of the A nest, and he's just trying to isolate some 1 versus 1s. Wall's about to come down.
Oh my gosh.
We've fallen back as well, with Zelsis going into back 410. And there's that peek. We're about to see the swing. That's it. The frenzy from
Di
Zelsis.
bredet.
We made ends meet. Sentinels gets the pistol.
Dapper's wall creating such a nasty choke point right there that guard had to get through. As soon as that wall went down,
Gila,
yeah,
gila,
it
Dapper.
broke and
Nice
it didn't
banget.
have much time to solidify
batunya.
fully, but it became much less of an angle that Sentinels had to bear down on to take down the guard as they piled through that bottleneck. First round Sentinels, it's kind of, this is how it's gone. Sentinels grab first round, first half. Guard have grabbed second round pistol of second half. We'll see if it stays true for this game. They're keeping it
Lemparnya ya
consistent for us.
Allah, lemparan apa
Pretty much
ini?
unbreakable here as they throw a 0 point over.
GG.
Get a quick check. Little bop there
GG.
on 2 Shroud, so they don't get too much information.
Nggak ditembak.
With Vipers playing B. Sweet moves. Very articulate with the drone. I like it. I like it.
Hey,
One way
dodged
going
a-
up.
Dodged a dart.
Yeah.
Continues to dance. Fight comes in now as the rest of the guard are trying to get some control towards this B main, but that poison orb just slowing things down a lot here, courtesy of Shroud. Still has snake bites to work with. And the thing is, right now for the guard is they don't have a
Dikasih dong.
siege. So if you're going to try to go for these tap plants,
Exactly.
then snake bites could slow them down, and somehow Tenz gets a headhunter headshot onto Trent. Going through the smoke, second
Dimajuin
one
dong.
falls up there, answers back on
Hey.
Yellow, and it's gonna be chamber
Oh,
on
ya
chamber,
Allah,
but a
Tenz,
drop
nggak
on the
kena
other end, and
tembaknya.
The 180 for the kill,
Hmm.
the ping coming out, Junapi with the right click, and now it's a 3 versus 1. Things look pretty good after all here
Phantom
for the
Zealousys.
guard on their eco.
Yeah, nicely done. Ten's been able to find
Okay.
a pretty great frag here, getting up onto that box and or that barrel on Snowman. You just take somebody's head off on the crates down towards B long. So easy peasy to start that one off. Head coming in big as Vandals are picked up along with some Spectres being saved. And the guard do get in for some damage. We've seen an
untung
A
dapet,
and a
cowok.
B now. Kind of testing out the map, seeing what feels good.
Oi bang, oi
They're not
Joshua.
gonna slip on any black
Oi,
guys,
oi,
so
oi,
they'll
oi.
get into the
Selamat
site
pagi,
and
selamat
get
pagi,
laid
Joshua.
down. Only a few frags suffered by the side of Sentinels here, so a lot of armor saved, a lot of money there to be worked with in these next few rounds as the bonus comes through.
Gila, ngeceknya.
Also doing a good job of getting information from both of these KOs so far. Valen getting a ping earlier on. This round it's going to be Zelsis tagging 2 into the B main. Shazam also
Oke, dua
getting
orang
information
tawan.
with the Alamos. Pinging 1 and spawn in a second in the back of mid. So understanding now that the guard are holding a default to start things off. No rotates coming out yet, but you have to get ready for deniability on this B site, where Shroud is going to have to play it solo at least for now.
Yeah, they've kept the same defense on the side of Sentinels so far. Test with weapons now on the last round. Rinse and repeat here for the guard. A nice Viper's Bite to come out, slow things down. It's all about the delays. Rotation can come in, and already 3 members at B for Sentinels here to defend.
Kayak smoke-nya dah.
Just the little things too. Shroud understanding that the knife is going to get ready, stays outside of the radius towards
Udah apa Shazam?
puts another snake
Nice
bite onto
banget.
the ground, but at least we still get a plant for the guard.
Bisa lu
Now the
smoker lah.
attempt of the retake. Off not really a bonus here.
Udah ada yang pakai itu, Jo. Udah apa namanya?
Defense for Sentinels, and there's a lot of utility being held, but still a 5 versus 4. Player advantage, slow orb allowing Sentinels to creep forward, but Saya player is evening up the tally. In the back of yellow, Haunt coming out, breaking
nice
crosshair
banget.
placement, but a double swing in the front.
Nice
the volley
banget.
missed on top of that, but it's a lineup to allow Valen to get only 1. But after that, that's
Dari
gonna
mana
end
dapet
it.
itu tiba-tiba?
Dapper gets the kill on the second one, and at
Gila,
some
dapper on
point
fire
that
banget.
volley was on the ground. It
Loh,
was
eh?
gonna be a different story for sure.
Oh, masih nyari
They get
senjata.
another one and the res. Sentinels feeling so good about this.
Ronde
And I
3
was
udah
thinking
bisa
about it, like, okay, no wall,
revive.
no sage wall, they still get the plant down. And I feel like with the no sage, you're saving yourself from now KO being able to attack you through the wall. Viper still having been able to attack you through the wall, right? That's
Oh, kayak gini dah
deal with
permainnya.
all the time.
Oke.
So they forego that, put down more smokes
GG
to
banget.
create their own angles, but still Sentinels find a way with their initiators in hand to get through and make sure that defense is there. Dapper's wall has been coming in huge. Like just the retake tech he's been using, the places he's putting it is giving guard a hell of a time to get their positioning down.
Bring up a great point about the fragment against
Apa
the walls. We'll
iya?
see if the guard has something cooked up
Apa
basically in a defense against Sentinels, but looking at the
Sokonya,
round so
kakinya,
far, this
kakinya.
seems to be an
Aduh.
equal for the attack half. Now we spot the plays to make it a 4 versus 4. I was going to say we had a great start with Shazam falling early.
Loh, Shazam mati kapan, Sok?
Saya player real
Wah, nggak
hurt
lihat
on
aku.
this one.
Wah,
Looks like
kapan
he is
mati ya,
kinda
Sok?
taking a backseat to be in a second peak. Is Jonah P
Oh, kena
here.
pick,
Sheriff
pick.
first.
Ya ulti kena.
That's crazy. He pulls out a total
enggak
defense
sih.
at low HP.
Barusan
As
Yeah.
ulti dia.
just mentioned, so they're really banking on Saya player getting an opener here, and it's an off angle from Tenz at yellow.
This is hold. It's like a mid hold, but look, rendezvous position that Tenz has is so interesting.
Dapat
The
advance.
gas wall goes up, instantly protecting from mid, so now he can just focus, but it's not quick enough. Saya player's quicker.
We wanted to know it was going to flick faster, and it's going to be
Yeah.
Saya player indeed.
Sayang
And
banget,
puts value
Cok.
into that duel false, and now we have a plant for
Dua
the
biji
attack.
angle-nya mesti yang harus
2 players
dicek.
already inside this B site, a third to be met up, and look at how far we are for net.
Bisa pindah itu.
I have a feeling we got something cooked up with pulse plant
Oh,
potentially
nggak kena,
for
nggak
elite
kena tadi.
lurk. But the null command comes out.
Ih, gila line
From
up-nya.
Valen on top of that too, there is that molly that lands first.
Ada ulti masih.
And now things are looking tougher and tougher
Oh,
now
thrifty,
to
thrifty.
have Sentinels play this
Thrifty
retake.
dong.
Oh,
Wall coming up. 4
Viper
block.
fight.
Ya Allah, berapa itu?
Still trying to deny as much as we can. Even an orbital
Oh my
strike. Everything's just cycled so well into the tool de falls from Saya player to get a 4K into the round. And that was
Thrifty.
really nice from the guard. I'm not going to lie.
Rugi banget.
I love this from the guard. We've kind of seen it come online for the last few rounds, the way the smokes are playing out, the way the wall is playing out. The Viper wall, so nicely
Ini
placed. Because here
loh,
you get a peek of
Tenz.
it again.
Sayang banget,
It
Cok.
goes
Dua sisi,
up
Cok.
into the top area, right? So you're actually blocking off a lot of what people bring Omen to the table for to get that high smoke, to get the wall down and have coverage. So great Viper wall towards B. They throw it again to keep that consistency there. So Sentinels think B is a possibility. And they've just been able to cycle the rest of the utility to keep Sentinels out of the sight. That was a hell of a post plant. How many mollies and after effects were they throwing out there, right? Almost impossible to get. So we really see what the guard is trying to do with this composition.
There's also a composition in the past from the guard where I actually really like to see Valen going for the poison orb on top of Raptors with when they had an Omen playing in. And speaking of the Viper, it's actually Net playing all the way towards spawn, catches Tenz off guard, and that is going to be, speaking of guard, on that player advantage. Net continues to ADS down towards mid. Shazam peeking out. No kills coming in.
Bit of a miss molly there. They wanted that on Jenny. They wanted that to clear out where actually Dapper would be. So a bit of hesitation now for the forward push. The guard could have had an effectiveness.
Matinya Tenz,
They will
tolong.
meet 3 members of Sentinels once they do finally get a push on here. This wall just dividing and decaying if they try to come through from the defensive side. Nice flash through. A little bit of
Wah, ini
teamwork.
digas sih harusnya
They
smoke
don't see
habis.
anything. I think the guard's positioning here is perfect for what they want to do.
Nah, bingung.
Don't know if there's a third.
Nah,
That
bisa ambil
shut's
terbang.
across, and yeah, nice little kill there from Jonah P. Gets traded out, but now you got Shroud on his lonesome. Even spotted by the
kebunyi, Jo.
trademark. Gonna feel the full force of that slow field and picks up a Vandal to try to save it for the next round. Great patience. by the
Lagi-lagi
guard
tadi
team.
4-0.
Nicely done.
Jadi
A few of the things, like I
6
said, the Molly
sama.
didn't
Tadi
go
juga
their way, but still the
4-1
guard
jadi
found the
7-5.
patience to get through. And as I said, I think one of the big things there was
Sayang banget.
with that wall up, the guard were anticipating a push through. The longer you wait, maybe Sentinels will make a play since they have a pusher on the map and they're kind of trying to read it. Right when that flash goes through, they read that Sentinels would back through their wall, and guard did such a nice job at then zero pointing to find the retreating Sentinels and take the site. So super methodical there by the guard, reading out how Sen wanted to play defense. Like you said, we do have a Vandal save here. The guard go ahead and pick up another round. Operator for Saya player.
The respect
Sayang banget, sumpah.
that the guard has for Sentinels. 4 players versus 1. Having money in the pockets for a bit and like, yeah, screw it. We're just going to use all of our initiator utilities to clear out towards the back A side and just hold it there because you're playing against Shroud that could do the aim battle duel against you from Garage, and it's not gonna pan out, at least for
Saya
Shroud to
player
do some
83.
econ damage, and for the
On
guard,
fire.
at least you get the round as well. 1 round away
On
of tying things up,
fire.
putting right now once again Sentinels into an eco position where Shroud could play this hero Vandal that he saved from that previous round. He's playing it towards mid.
Perfectly waited for. Even without a lot of the information from these teams,
Ada ulti
everybody
sih,
playing it
Tenz.
close to the chest in the past few weeks. And
Ditungguin
sprints and
lagi dong.
everything. We still see the little know-it-alls and the things that teams may still be trying to do to each other to get that upper hand. A quick dart destroyed in mid, and now
Allah.
a patient push. Possibly 2 members in a kind of anti-flash crossfire. You see here to Zelsis and Dapper as they just keep check on a position. In the iPad. Moving forward.
Dapat.
Overhand throw though, but it's still being held.
Azam,
across
dah
by Sentinels,
dapat.
but the weapons weren't enough. Little pistols that they had the great positioning, but that little flash peek under the poison orb was just good enough for the guard. Things are looking good. Maybe Shroud going for another save, or this time could actually look for the econ damage if he wants to.
They've been loving B here, and great job by guard to actually shut down what was kind of an anti-eco, or not anti-eco, but an
Saving
eco scrap,
lagi.
rather, from the side of Sentinels, setting up to expect guard in mid, to have 3 members there. So really well
Saving
played around each other.
lagi.
Guard having a set play in mind and being able to execute that, only
Aduh.
using net on this one, and another plant at B. Again, Sentinels fall. Every game has been so close. This has been an incredible series so far. We're going to 3-3 on this one. Top left of your screen will tell you the story of the maps previously. Both teams being able to take their map pick. We'll see what Icebox brings us now as we get into round 7 here. Ultimate's about to come online. We're just a few away from being on deck for the side of the guard. Shazam and Zelsis are ready. Null Command ready to shut down a round here. Looks like it's actually going to play in the middle. They've run out. They may not be where they're set to be, but Zelsis looks like he will be a full lean towards B or A this game to get that null command in place when necessary. They won't commit him just yet. Send call a timeout. How to use these ults, what they've been seeing, recap what the guard has been doing. They've noticed the favoritism towards B most likely. And a lot of the times they've been waiting out Sentinels' strategies. So that could be another one that Sentinels tells themselves, okay, if we execute and make noise, be then even more prepared that it will be a second hit from the guard, thinking we've relaxed. You know, you've let down your guard, if you will. Yep. So a lot of talks going on here, so Sen can get the game back in their favor.
This is a comp that's used quite often that Sentinels is currently using. So thinking of where the position could be, Viper well towards the A side on defense. Okay, get ready for a KO for flashes through there, or how to run the deniability from the Viper throwing her snake bites to poison her towards B. And the guard has been doing a really good job of just pulling slow defaults, big executes, even staying towards spawn side. So a lot of tricks under their sleeve where Sentinels had to figure out what's the next one in the playbook or which one are they going to recycle. There was nothing that was a constant tell from the guard in the first few rounds that they ran through. And we just talked about this, Riv, where we got a third map. We wouldn't want it any other way between Sentinels and the guard. And mind you, we actually still have another series after this.
I am so ready. Saya player with the operator. He wants to bring out the trouble. His first bloods have been amazing. Last map 6-1 here, already has one for himself. In the 8 frags he does have, wants to get some more. Tenz actually goes down there to Trent, who's been having a hell of a series for himself too. That crowd gets delivered.
Lawan Tenz, lawan Tenz, lawan Shroud.
But still gets shut down on aim duels in the past few rounds at least. And you saw Shroud trying to create it back, but they both get knocked down. As now everybody's just falling. It's already a minute left on the clock.
Yeah,
this is a save.
An incredibly uncharacteristic round. The push seemed a little disjointed there. The coverage for B long is a little harder to do because you saw Shroud was covering the left side if they came around elbow and then a garage play. So it's hard to cover the 1v1s play out as they do. And actually we see the guard doing really nice at kind of playing solo 1v1 plays, bringing out the star power, not needing each other as they did on Breeze, right? Those Breeze firefights were going in favor of Sentinels. It just took a bit of time for guard to wipe off those cobwebs. Still, the operator is going to be in play. 300 in credits here. Guard has been able to string some rounds together, so it's going to be max buy for Sen, but they will not. Zone P is going to end that one on Zelsis. 4-3 as the guard pull away by 1.
So the guard back in the lead when we always had a great start for Sentinels, but this continues to go back and forth. And you saw it, I mean, even if it's hard to watch the side from these two players, you still had great forward position. That's unorthodox for where Tenz was at, because you already saw that it was actually an initiator being Trent playing towards his teammate, and he wasn't ready to use any of his prowlers into garage anyways. So this could have been one of those great moments to catch one off guard. And sure, we talked about it. I mean, Trent's ready to play in the series.
A double 0 point towards B. It just ships in the night as they cross through the air. Push up. Oh, the play. Zelsis.
Alan saw him. Maybe not enough. A 1-for-1. Hot coming up. Dapper's just trying to slow things down for a bit, and that's 2 kills from Jonah P just going across the rappel. They're going to hate it right now being there on the receiving end, being Sentinels up there, and they got to find a way to stop the 410 crosses. But again, this is one of those moments where you save a couple of rifles, you don't have too much to work with. Vulnerabilities from the snake bite from Shroud. And you hear the Viper's pit coming out from net, at least on the pulse plant, to try to guarantee the round. So yeah, a nice attempt to start things off, but the retake is going to be close to impossible. 2 marshals in a classic.
360 marshals, if you will. Oh, no, he dropped one. No, he only had much less chance to get one. Great round by the guard here to get back in, to smother, to know they had the upper hand. And guns, a quick find by Trent there. Shazam runs through, just pressing the W key here as they look to pick up the last few kills on the round. Mike's going to be going down towards this one. Good damage, though, by Shazam, actually. Really credited there to be able to do some work on the econ. But look at that, 9 grand in the hands. A Saya player feeling good. Operator still there. The guard starting to take control here. It has seemed like the Sentinels had more of the groove throughout a lot of this series overall. With as close as the games have been, I feel it's weighed towards them in the way they've played, the strength they've taken rounds. Guard now, Sleeping Giant coming online, and they are playing strong. Operator versus operator now. Tenz is going to have that one out. It doesn't look like we'll get a duel out of them just yet. Defense, bro. Here. We'll see how they switch things up.
Good timing on that one, too. A Saya player just got pinged out. He's going to fall back for a bit. Again, to talk about these changes, Jonah P going into a Brimstone. Ender talked about how it was really good for the retakes as well when you're playing a Brimstone on the defense. But what I also like is having this Brimstone in the attack allows this post-plan lineup that you lose from shock darts from Silva that you're not using Curly from Trent. What Trent does is it allows these the ball to get information on top of the null defense, and that's a split from the guard into the B site. And that also allows TIAP to flush some players out, get a kill at the Shazam. The push from Shroud as he got picked down from the Nightfall. But again, another one of those rounds where you're getting into the site, you've got numbers advantage, and you're on a 4 versus 2 with the KO knife trying to get some information.
Ada ulti Jonapi bro. Ada land up juga bro. Land up apalan kematian. Ada 3 lagi ultinya.
All coming from the same position here. And look at this retake by the guard. They're able to come in from almost every spot they want and try and find the fight. But are they too far away now? Oh, Valen says no.
Who cares when Valen gets these kills like that?
Incredible by Valen. With the distance the rest of the team was there, that actually could have been real scary for the side of the guard. Valen, absolutely out of his mind play. Out of his mind play to get that turn as well on the flash. 1-2 control for distance as well, right? A distance transfer, which actually doesn't mean you're moving it too much. That's where your recoil is going to be present after 3 or 4 shots. So just incremental movement of the mouse. God damn, what a round by Valen. He does it again. And like we said, all of guard coming online. The Vandal as well to boot, like you said. Pretty sure we just saw that ZCs pop off and go backwards on accident. But it's still going to be an A round here for the guard. They're just feeling it. They're vibing. Moving forward after round 3 up on Sentinels now.
Well, Sentinels has something else to say. Early wall towards the B main to get some information while you have... Looks like Shroud on the top of the rafters by the screen sign, so we can actually look up towards Belt. That Saya player that gets picked off.
Masih ada ulti, banyak ultinya masih belum pakai. Door.
That's been in quick succession, and speaking of him, gets another opener into the site, but it gets traded off by a snake bite landed by Shroud. So Shroud getting 2 kills for Sentinels into this round. Trent picking up a rifle. Tenz pushing forward with the headhunter, but cannot connect onto the kill. Things were looking pretty good on the lower part that we had for Sentinels, but we flattened things out on the momentum that was built on Sentinels' first kills. Here comes a plant attempt. 2 shot darts coming in, and Shazam gets to connect onto Trent. But somehow, it's a 1 versus 2. Low HP onto Net. Unfortunately, cannot capitalize onto the kill. Shazam almost caught him off guard. Picking up Elisa Phantom on a 2 versus 1. But 1 made it towards the back of the site, and 1 is sandwiching him towards the front. Does have the Phantom for the pre-fired shot. Back onto the top. Drops down to make the other tap. And the swing comes in from behind from the backstab. And that is going to be the guard able to win that round that was expensive. At least that was made by Sentinels.
Incredible stuff. You could see just how tight it got because there was definitely a call to Shazam that Net was 1. Net was 1 shot. You could see he wasn't peeking unless it was going to be the last thing that he could do on this earth. And it was going up to Saya player to take their first shot. So really nicely played out there by the guard in a situation. Absolutely hunting for 7-3 here. Possibly our biggest difference between a half, or between these teams in a half. We could be seeing if Sentinels cannot bring it back to 7-5.
Wow, that was a quick orbital strike towards the A site. But we're still able to just stay alive right now from Shroud's Viper's Pit to go back in there to reset the fuel in there. But for the rest of the guard, everything stays slow. After this timeout, you can see it's just, let's try to isolate and get some information. This is off Sage walls from Dapper on the B site. We didn't really have too much of a Sage Viper combo on either sides of the maps, right? Usually when you're seeing a little bit of information, the slow orbs could help to slow things down here on the attack. But guard, they have full control right now every time that they're running these defaults.
It's interesting to see the style of play that Tenz is having on his chamber. We're not seeing too many forward rendezvous kind of back plays.
Oh, tak dapat.
Defensive rendezvous plays. Well, he's still getting kills in sight.
2 orang udah masuk.
He hasn't tried to be too aggressive, and he's keeping himself
Jelsis.
Team here. Double smoke going down so they can go through mid into spawn. Nicely done. Is to get themselves caterpillared right into the A side.
Dukung siapa, Cu? Dukung Sentinels sih cuma.
So rotates coming out. Tenz wins the fight for the lurk on B main, so that's huge. Now we're playing all the way towards the back. Underhand throw on the top of 410, but it doesn't spot opponents in the back. 0 point coming on the other end.
Nice. Nice. Akhirnya, Cu, ada.
And now Saya player gets a no-scope there onto Zelsis, but we're defusing onto that spike, like I said. Going to be very hard to do here on that retake. And Sentinels can hold that round beautifully.
Boleh juga.
Yeah, really nicely done. Being able to shut down, if anything went B, Tenz was there for the early call, so you saw the rotation more towards mid, more towards A, getting prepared for some type of strategy where we see guard trying to open up mid, trying to disperse the middle of the map and be right in the middle of Sentinels composition right away. It's something they tried to do on Breeze numerous times through double doors. Seems like Sentinels getting aware of that now. And they had a really nice
Obviously,
40% is going to give you a pretty king of the hill aspect on A once they realize they walked into it. But yeah, nicely played. Trying to bring back that 7-5 and keep it as close as possible for Sentinels. Operators just on the other side of these walls. In a little game of cat and mouse. The Prowlers going to figure this one out first.
Serem banget, Cok. Dia udah maju ya apa?
Tenz has a great opportunity to go for.
Hey, udah bener.
And all of this timing and dinks coming out from Shroud, but unfortunately no kills. So now the null command comes out from Valley.
8-4
Trying to make it
anjing.
another 7-5, but Nightfall coming on the attack too, and we've cleared out towards this B site.
Ya Allah,
Easy
ya
plant
Allah.
coming in. How's the pulse plant gonna work?
Mau pick offense agresif terus lo. Kiri kanan gitu tadi dia kalau ambil kanan tadi.
0 point finds that actually nicks his rendezvous for now. It's going to take
Udah
a little bit
ditungguin
of time.
lagi,
That's the game.
Cok.
Pressure
Tapi
here.
apalagi kayak cuma main go.
Shot off.
Makan tuh api. Ada C lagi habis ini.
Now that's going to run that clock down. We got to try to push quickly. Dapper comes up with the wall. C's being thrown. Nice little jiggle peek with the headshot at the Valiant. Now we're sticking onto that spike. We're peeking up. Dapper saving it so far. We're trying to break the wall. He gets the third kill. Looks for the fourth. We get the defuse there for the Sentinels with the Red Bull clutch. And we're ending it 7-5.
Get down, Mr. President. He's verified. You got to save him while he defuses. Holy crap. Literally, the kills before the wall were great, right? Dapper using this wall tech constantly to get the diffuses down, and then as it breaks, he positions to bodyguard. A perfect play there, goes down at the same time. But it's enough. It's enough. They get the defuse. They bring it to 7-5.
My God, and it's also enough here from us on the first half. Let's take a quick breather and see the conclusion of this series between the Guard and Sentinels.
Gila, yang nonton rame banget. Lu gak main Hyperfront kah? Mirip-mirip Valo? Bukan mirip Valo, emang itu niru Valo dan enggak, aku gak bisa main di HP tembak-tembakan, pusing. Gak bisa sama sekali aku. Dia cuma berangkat 10. Oh, tidak nu. Semangat. Tuh, ada Bumain juga ya. Oh, gila tuh. Seru-seru pagi-pagi. Amerika main semua. Ada Dota, Amerika. Ada ini juga Valorant.
Actually did mention that so
Sama
far
Ninja
between
Gigs.
at least the first two maps, Trent is 17
Gigs
and
juga
0
berteman ninja, cuy.
in duels against Shroud. That's actually insane. That's actually insane.
Wow. Trent stocks going up.
Oh yeah, we talked about it, man. He was feeling the series, and he's looking to feel it again with some early information up towards mid with a Prowler there, trying to go for something aggressive. 0 point going out towards yellow, and that's courtesy of the attack from Zelsis.
Tren bro, eranya tren. Saya player juga lagi panas juga chambernya. Oh, chambernya Tenz nggak ngekill. Bisa cok, nggak kayak Diablo cok.
Playing it patient. Drone actually commits quite a bit. Your opponents hear drone, and they will consider that quite a bit of that play is going to be towards B. And you see a bit of that rotation mid towards B is held. Nice job by Shazam. So he's really trying to play the minds of guard right now.
Kalau nggak dilempar molly ya.
Left original position, still in position to get these sights in their favor, but this is what Sentinels did on Breeze. Walk it up until you see contact, and that's the contact they were looking for. Wall goes up to the left side, and Sentinels will try to get this plant down. Maybe.
Ay!
Oh my God, Trent! That's a high-low, almost lands them both, but that's going to be Tenz that lands both of them on the top of 410. Net now being flushed out by the snake bite and also dropped down. And that's Jonah P on a 3 versus 1. And thankfully with the Sage Wall.
Bisa dinaikin talinya dong.
Bad Sage Wall after wall because that's 2 players that made out the ropes to get the kill, but thankfully Tenz is there for the trade to save the round for Sentinels. And as these pistol rounds went back and forth, this is now finally 2 in a row on this map.
There it is. Sentinels are able to string a few together. The first 2 of the series as they have gone back and forth. And again, a very big contact round. Like I said, we saw that on Breeze. There are rounds where there's only been 1 round per a full map now on both Breeze and Ascent where Sentinels flipped the trigger and they went a hard aggressive strap, right? So we might see that again. And then it's mostly this kind of walk-up contact strategy that they've been playing. Early round absorption of the utility from guard, and then they get into the face, finding you with 3 people almost immediately. Here, it's a bit of a sit-back, line of scrimmage from both teams.
Aduh, timing.
In that position,
Mesti lo, challenge 2 angle, cok.
Gonna be the anchor, trying to find, basically being a killjoy turret.
Dimajuin 4 orang. Sarapan Jo, yo, Felix. Monggo, sarapan, mau sarapan. Udah, nggak bisa aku makan pagi sih, jujur aja.
We're just gonna walk it out instead.
Pesawat.
Rotating back towards orange. Because technically you could think that there's going to
be
a street mark that's going to be watching that flank.
Okay.
Quick in, Sage Wall. What else would we expect? And look, that kind of denies the chance if you can get the mollies in.
Bisa dong, kayak gitu dong.
Instantly cleared.
Also thankfully Valen sits around the rest of the
Di-api dong. Oh my.
Yeah, I mean it's good. You get a kill with the molly, but the plant comes in at least 4
Wah
Sentinels.
gila. Kena molly berapa?
Shroud. If you're gonna be the designated
kalau ini menang sih.
You might get it.
Nice.
Zelsis though, headshot onto Valen, player advantage. Actually, it's evened up. As we have snake bites coming down, and there you go.
Atas.
Across the board, Saya player by himself in the front of the B site, swings out 3 players down spotted.
Karena sekolah aja di sarapan. Oh gitu ya. Aku sekolah pun nggak sarapan sih. Nggak bisa aku sarapan dari dulu. Saya bro dari SMP. Kalau SD aku masih makan. Suapin ibuku. Iya nih. Mana bajunya?
And Sentinels go on to their bonus here. What will they
Mana?
purchase? They do get a
Ayo
van for
berangkat.
Shazam. He's been watching the
Ngantuk itu aku.
if we continue consider what he's been doing from
Kenapa ngantuk? Soalnya main malamnya. Nge-game. Enggak sih? Enggak ya? Aku SD belum. SMP kayak gitu aku. SMP kayak gitu. Nggak makan tapi.
What's going to be cleared out? There's the dart for
Autis emang gitu ya Allah parah emang gitu.
Viper's wall is kind of deep to the right here. Would allow a lot of space being given for guard to come back.
Emang gitu.
We do also see.
Kalau SMP aku Losaga. Kan kalau Losaga itu kan kalau bisa warnya kan cuma jam 12 sampai jam 12 kan. Itu aku mesti kayak gitu. Dapat dong. Boleh.
Side player falls in front of sight. This still is an advantage right now for Sentinels to potentially get
ada dapper tapi dah. Udah susah semasang sih. Oh gila. Apa ini? Di commit semua skillnya.
Gotta love this. Good luck seeing through this. 18 seconds to click down. About 40 seconds, I think those will be gone based on when they were fired off. A nice 0 point again to kind of reset the knowledge of the round and where it might be.
Ada pesawat gak sih udah?
Shazam was a
Masih?
big one. Like I
Oh,
said,
udah
before,
gak ada.
knowing where
Udah
that Sova is, where that initiator find utility is actually quite big. And they have a sonar dart.
Still do the
30
same
seconds left.
execution now. Wall up, recon
Nice.
0 point.
Nice.
There you go.
Gas wes.
Committed into the hit.
Ketahuan tapi. Oh ya Allah, delay api gitu. Delay lagi.
And now you're forcing a
Gila.
little bit of a tunnel to try to get into the
Gila
side.
banget,
Only
gila
14
banget,
seconds
gila
left.
banget. Ditembusin Jonapi.
Gets the kill up to Trent. Jonapi pushing forward through the smoke. The third kill then onto Shazam. And goes for the 4K.
No way! Absolutely incredible play from Jonah P. Been a little quiet. We talked about the first bloods between
Gila,
him
cok.
and Saya player. And this time, he
Saya player orang Indo
stepped
pasti
up
loh. Justru
huge,
itu
playing in the
orang
mind of
ini.
Sentinels. At the moment they
namanya?
all turn to press
Orang
W
Korea.
and go forward is the moment he
Gak ada yang jaga
prays on
kiri
the backs.
loh. Itu
Oh
yang
my
di belakang
God,
Tenz
what
aja
a
gak
big
dapet
play.
loh.
Absolutely
Aneh
needed
banget,
here.
aneh
And really
banget.
a statement play to break what was a tie game so far. That's the
Sumpah,
kind of
harusnya
round
Tenz
you
itu
want to just start to
yang
separate with.
masuk gitu
Sentinels
tadi.
still on a bye here. Light
Terus
armor
fire-nya
though,
gak terjadi,
for
Cok.
some members that could make those duels go in the favor of the guard. We're going to start off
Tenz
with a
nih
little
gimana?
bit of
Iya,
pressure,
Tenz
but the
gimana?
push is
Tenz.
there from the guard.
Iya, bener
Even
juga
a
kita
0
jangan
point.
bilangnya Tenz.
Spotted a couple of players too, so it's going to be down to the basics.
Oh my
The
God,
fundamentals
oh
of the
my.
rifles as
Oh,
the ball is about to come down,
udah
and as it comes
masuk.
down, Shazam has
Nice.
to spot Saya player, and the second
Aduh,
kill
Jonapi,
cannot be
ya.
traded. Jonah P falls as well, and it's finally going to be one of those rounds where
Oke,
the
pasang
guard gave
santuy.
that to Sentinels. Get
Gitu
into
dong
the start of
masangnya
the
dong.
early 5
Oke
versus
lah.
3. It's
Speknya
Sentinels'
masih
turn to do that.
jauh.
Plant the
no.
spike.
Dilempar. Oke.
Oh, he goes
Kena.
in. Oh, they
Kena itu.
call it? Just on the edge of that damage. Oh my gosh.
Unlucky.
Der tawan.
Getting tagged just a little bit. Spike has been planted, and they have to find it instant eyes. That makes it maybe harder to get the diffuser once they're pinched in there. If we can get the defense from guard to step forward.
Well, especially after that null
Anda
command
kelihatan
from
tuh, dak kena
Zelsis.
itu.
Now we're
Dak
tapping
kena
on
itu, dak kena
obviously
itu.
between the walls, and it's now time
Yeah,
for
man.
the guard to do that, and we're not gonna get it. Shazam sees that one at least, and it's a 3 versus 1. Net has the Viper's pit, but it is not gonna go for it. Falling back to save his weapon.
Titik lagi,
Skin in the teeth,
titik
and Sentinels will
lagi.
make it 8-8.
You have to be kidding me. If it can happen in this series, it's happening. Almost a defuse there. I was so scared that that was going to happen, and it looked like such a clever play from the guard. Trent just squeaking in enough to get the defuse.
Setitik
Sentinels wanted
lagi,
just
drill
a bit
setitik
more
lagi.
as they smother that spike with gunfire. 8-8 here. Even with a statement round, Sentinels are able to pull it back into a tie game. Full utility both
Membara gini,
sides,
Shazam.
trying to see if that's what the
Dan sama
priority is, because the
turun.
buys won't be the same. It does look like they are
Yakin
going
aku
to
ya
have
lolos
that
kayak gini, dak,
utility
mainnya,
they
dak.
require,
Kurang
push
banget.
themselves forward, trademark purchased, kind of sold, being decided here on the side of the guard. Looks
Kurang
like
banget
they'll hold on
mainnya.
to it to now for
Intinya.
saving every single penny. This could be an alt orb to tour de force if they get B control.
Ayo bang, nitip like-nya mau siap-siap sekolah. Oke habis, ya semangat sekolah santuy mah. Kalau kayak gini nih emang niat nonton aja, jadi nggak terlalu ke yang
A
stream.
little bit of what Tenz did, and it works out. But we already have players on the other end of that wall trying to go for the
Oke.
trades. We don't
Rusuh
have
banget,
Shroud up with the wall
Cok.
anymore, so things are gonna get a
Buta
little bit more
semua,
difficult. Nice underhand flash, but it still gets punished
Kok
here by
bisa?
Shazam,
Kok
who wasn't
bisa?
affected by the flash on the left side
Surut
of
yang Legend PUBG itu kah? Apa beda? Iya, iya, surut yang itu. Bener, bener, bener.
We still have a Sage that's
Kalau
alive.
yang- kalau
Now
surut
Trent
ya.
is stuck on the top, and there's the flank.
Tetap semangat.
Now
Yo, iya
nice
Abi,
to
semangat,
look
semangat.
and spotted out. Shazam
Makasih juga
goes to
Abi
the
udah
right
datang
wing,
ke
and
apa
now
Farhan
Shazam
tadi
plastic
sore.
in hand.
Aku tadi sore nggak bisa main.
Okay.
Telat datang sih mulai bisa main. Terus aku kayak, oh,
Last
udahlah ya.
little dink if he had a better weapon, but Dapper
Jadi aku
does the
langsung
same.
lagi habisnya sholat.
What is it with Dapper and these sidestep through the wall shots? He did it on the Jenny, on Ascent. We saw some on Breeze.
Berarti nonton lu bang sebelum sekolah. Oke
Oh
Yusuf,
my
makasih banget Yusuf.
word.
Semangat sekolahnya ya.
His ability to
Sorry
get that
aku les
kind of
pagi emang sengaja karena ini acaranya pagi.
dead space
Bukan acaranya
in
pagi
the
sih,
start
acaranya
of the
malam sih
straight
jangan sih. Sore apa
shooting
malam sih.
is
Di
incredible.
Amerika tapi ya.
Like, oh my word. Multiple times. It's really hard to defend against that or play against that.
Makasih,
That's why we
makasih.
see
Semangat semuanya
17
sekolah pokoknya lah.
and 12
Masih mau udah
Sage.
mampir.
I said it in the
Jangan
previous
lupa nih
maps.
siang aku
Sentinels have always played
FML.
unconventional. It doesn't have to be just the duelist going in. It was sick, right? It was Dapper as the duelist going in. They still do it. They find a way to make this comp flow, to use utility for each other, and to keep it in the game. 9-8 here as they take the lead from the guard. Still
Jadi nggak
super
sih?
close on our
Aduh
final map.
habis.
Aldron does not spot anyone, but at least 0 point did. And And that's 3 players stacked up in the back of the side of the guard, and we're quickly rotating back towards mid. And that is jiggle peek by Trent. The wall, and looking for not even a split. It's going to be a 4-player commit forward.
GG juga apinya. GG jual api.
Remy with the stimmy.
GG banget, GG banget.
On the other end here, using the sound of the orbital strike to mask his position now on an off angle just behind the boxes. But Tenz clears it out, takes him down, and it's now a 4 versus 2 as Trent and Net answers back towards Kitchen. Now Saya player with the duel to false looks down. He hears that spike going down, and as he leads back out, Saya player gets the kill onto Dapper. Now it's up to Shazam. He does have the Hunter's Fury that is up against 4 players, and that's a 0 point. He actually didn't hit it. Swinging back out, getting the first kill, but the swing comes right out from Trent. Easy trade.
Bang, di masjid sekolah gua ada nasi, nggak ada nasi kotak. Aku sih nggak pernah ngambil sekota ya, kecuali Lihat sih salah, bukan nggak bisa ngambil. Kalau ngambilnya itu antri banget, aku nggak ngambil. Kalau ngambilnya tuh kayak tinggal ngambil gitu kayak. Kalau Surabaya Malang tuh kayak gitu sih. Kalau di tempatku itu antri banget. Jadi aku kayak ya udah kasih aja yang orang yang ini. Aku alhamdulillah masih dibuatin makan sama ibuku kan di rumah, jadi ya udah. Itu sih.
In the way that they're playing this game,
orang-orang yang ini
it's going to
sih.
be required because Sentinels now at this point are pulling out a lot of things we haven't seen.
Biasanya orang-orang yang kerja, sekolah itu sih mereka yang lebih. Aku juga ke rumah ya makan di rumah aja. Itu kalau di Malang, pas aku sekolah gitu ya aku ngambil.
They are testing the guards adapting, and vice versa. Like this series has been absolutely.
Itu kalau di Malang Surabaya itu kayak ngambil tuh gampang, kayak tinggal nggak bakal kayak di sini kayak rame banget.
And I can't wait to see how
di Malang juga rame, tapi kayak ya mungkin karena di tempatku ini baru setahun ini mungkin sih ada bagi-bagi makan di masjidnya. Aku di Surabaya ngambil terus sih. pernah dapet ini di Surabaya tuh kayak chicken teriyaki gitu, kayak icebox. Temenku tanya, tahu gitu dia sholat juga. Salamu gak ikut sholat.
These guys are on point right now from the Gardas, just being quick on the flicks, and like I said, Trent is really ready to play, and they're really getting hyped up after all these 4Ks that Jonah P gets, Trent gets, Valen gets. Saya player even got a 4K with a 13 HP tool to false in this very map. So these guys are vibing across the whole series in this map.
Miss
here. Up shot missed.
50 HP. Sai, you know he'll take another shot. He'll be up for another one. This could be another one of those contact rounds so far. Drone will go out first. A lot of times, anybody can reposition after a drone. Sentinels quickly moving up with that. Of course, he takes the shot. Dapper goes down the wall that's given Sentinels so much.
Nice banget. Usir.
To see if they can organize and get themselves in here.
Udah tidak dapat sama sekali.
Force and Vandals to make it happen.
Wah, ada ulti. Tunggu bunyi sini. Bunyi ulti ini.
Trent for the retake, and it comes out right away as soon as they hear the tap. And here comes a hunt inside as well. Prowlers to come out to help out to flush out the Viper's Pit. And now Shroud has to left and right, and it's Jonah P to drop the Viper's Pit, drop the spike carrier as well, and it's Tenz on a 3 versus 1, sneaking through the tunnels of smokes. Left and right, getting ready for the double swing. Tenz with the first kill, but Net comes back from the generator for the trade, and that's the guard back in the lead, 10-9.
Jonah P is stepping up so big right now. The rest of the team obviously flowing with him, but the frags he has been able to change, the impact frags he's had to change the round. Drawing the last shot as well from Tenz. Going down is the assist to your teammate, right? Never forget who passed the ball for the assist. And a lot of those are going to the Brimmy Stimmy right now. As you see, 8 on the board for Jonah P. 10-9. They continue to change leads, Van Silly. Literally our last map. And they cannot hold it for more than one round. Can Sentinels again come back? It's a low buy this time. It's starting to be that taxing. And Shazam down to 1 HP to start.
That's insane. 1 HP.
There's a heal. Okay, there's a heal. He's getting a sponge bath. We're good.
And thankfully, Dapper also has a res if anything does go foul at the beginning of this round.
Just go and get taken out. Oh, my word. All right, let's see how they play this, Vance. Sonar Bolt is out. It's a 2-2-1 with a kind of a lean towards 3 for the guard. So they do have a bit of positioning here to retaliate. But I wonder what this duo team on Sentinels is doing over at A and what they can provide.
That's Jonah P that broke the dart to allow Saya players still keep a forward position towards yellow. Now with the 0 point, there's no TP. He TP's just before, actually. The 0 point pings out, so now Saya player gives up his position, and that's Sentinels leading back towards the A site.
Remember, Sonar Bolt was fired quite a while ago, so this timing puts Shazam back in A just about when that's coming back up. And they'll be able to fire in. They showed KO util and Shazam's util. There's the dart. There's the entry.
Wall up two. Shroud's gonna plant it safe. Fragment onto the
Untung sama
ground. And
Sangyo,
Shroud makes
nice
it out
banget lah.
unscathed, but now at least the
Bismillah,
guard knows that
ayo,
it's
ayo,
not
ayo.
position in
Tapi tren ada
full
skill.
plant position for
Paling satu
Sentinels.
flash,
Right.
Jonah
In the
P
back
nggak
of the
ada.
site.
Can Jonah P make it around in time? He's still trying to decide. The flank is open. Shazam does go down.
Tungguin.
They know that's the flank watch, but will they know there's one more lurking?
Jonah P's in diff right now on this retake.
Aduh, ya
Side player
Allah.
drops another one. Dapper, who's been a hero for the team so far, is just trying to hold back towards 410.
Bisa ditembak,
Volley towards the
bisa
front,
ditembak.
and like I said, it's not time for them, so the wall comes out, the volley to block out the area too, allowing for this diffuse to go down so easily
Masih
for the guard.
masih Sentinel
We're
yang
now
sama,
at 11,
cuk, ternyata.
two more rounds for the guard to move forward to knock down Sentinels to lowers.
They finally separate the rounds just a little bit from going back and forth, punch and punch. And Jonah P again, it looked like a frag on Shazam, but it's a pivotal frag. It's one that Shroud had to worry about whether that flank was still coming in and could not assist the team, right? So guard, take control of the map, take control of mid, but give it up. The Sentinels didn't know that. The full force of the guard coming through.
Milih terus udah.
Set spawn side and
Ngawur
retake
mainnya,
the
Cuk,
round.
udah, Cuk.
Low buy again. Guardians coming out. And Sentinels trying to Guardian this right now. Their first game back with this roster. They look to come out strong. There is so much power on this team. But the guard may have the final read here in the last few rounds, Vansili. It's getting close to game point.
Getting a lot of reads here from the 0 points coming out from Valen, from the Prowlers coming out from Trent 2, and just heroic rifling from every single one of these players across the board.
It's
this very
wild.
map. It's insane how they look so far for the guard, but you're not out of it yet right now for Sentinels. They still have that firepower for this roster. It stays really, really slow. After they got pinged out here, Riv, by the 0 point, you're still just going to try to hold as much as you can. The Owl drone to try to clear out just a bit, maybe try to sell a double fake, a double pump back into B. It seems to be the case.
Such a neat wall, too. We've seen this from Net. Allows him to play mid, right? If he wants to put that wall up, he can go through mid. He can go to tube. He won't be seen from attacker spawn. The case is, though, it is going to be a death ball to be for Sentinels here. Null command comes out. W keys press. Sentinels looking to close this round.
Kurang
gap.
maju. Kurang maju kan.
Trent. Get the plant without having a fragment be landed on the ground, but yeah, Trent gets the kill onto Shroud. Another one of those duels that's won here by Trent, who gets a second kill, but at least we get a plant down for Sentinels. The push forward coming out from Tenz, spotting two players at orange before he TP's
kurang
back.
maju
A 5
sebetulnya,
versus
Cuk.
3, Poison, Viper's Pit available for Net on a retake if they want to, but he's still watching that flank while the rest are pushing forward.
up the sky,
Orbital strike coming
Cuk.
down here
Kena,
on the
Cuk.
defense. It takes down Zelsis. It doesn't work out for the post plant. Tenz is on his lonesome. 4 players swinging out. We get the defuse for the guard, and they are at map and series point.
And they're focusing Trent. They're still thinking ahead. This game is not won as close as it is. Nightfall is going to be on deck. Viper's Pit is there if they want a Pac-Man A to start
Tunggu,
things
tunggu,
off.
tunggu. Iya, Yusuf. Makasih, Yusuf, udah datang.
Answers right now from
Santuy,
the guard.
santuy. Yuk,
What
semangat,
Sentinels
semangat,
is
semangat.
trying to actually activate at B. They have the Sage Wall. It's instantly getting broken. It doesn't seem to be providing much more than the few rounds of advantage it did, and now the guard has adapted. So they're continuously routing these strategies and combinations of utility that Sentinels want to use, and they just seem to be coming up short on the side of Sentinels now because the guard is answering so well on defense and retakes. A stack towards A mid here for the guard. They leave just Jonah P at B.
Jonah P's at B with 5 players looking to fight against them. We're not actually going for any shots to retaliate back. We're just trying to play the contact first as we clear it out towards green or Sentinels.
Ultimate's there for Dapper. They can play a little bit aggressive to get one to go down, but it has to be a safe res. The wall, same wall. Is it a different plant, though? They push forward. First time they've gone this far through their own wall.
And Celsius gets the
Aduh,
wall back
itu yang ada
up to
ulti,
but it's still Trent that's
Dapper ada
alive. Another player that's
ulti.
been prominent for the team. Tenz finally gets another kill for Sentinels onto Valen. Spike is down. Trent and the rest of the guard, I mean, Saya player is way too far back in A still. And as you mentioned it here, Riv, one of those moments where you're just pushing very quickly. Well, now maybe a save. But they have.
Ooh,
Somehow
nice
they land
Tenz.
that shot. But it's traded out here by Tenz.
Ngepick terus.
Trent back on the top of Kitchen.
Oke.
Somehow it's 2
way.
versus
No
1.
way.
No way. Shazam only with the Guardian. Picks up here the second weapon of the Bulldog on the ground. We have it at halfway. He gets the headshot. It's a 1 versus 1. Recon dart out. We're still clicking on that clock. And now we go for the EDS. We're trying to go for the tap. The headshot coming in. And should I say the body kills for
Absolutely
Shazam? The Red Bull clutch. And we stay alive for Sentinels.
You can't ask for any more than your IGL top fragging, clutching, keeping you in the game. Shazam using it all because he has it. What a great play here. Showing a little bit of a touch towards the left side, which drew his opponent. Was able to get the 1v1 in the planter and find the same for the next one. An incredibly necessary play.
Tapi salahnya
Couldn't have happened
Vipernya.
any other
Tapi
way
dia
for
bingung
Shazam
juga
there.
sekarang
And he
kiri.
keeps Sentinels in this series. Let's see what they have here now coming in
harus
around
gitu, bener
23.
itu.
Our first map went to overtime, and Sentinels
Udah
want this. They are so hungry. Saya player looking for some shots. Operators
Kok bisa?
for both
Kok
sides.
bisa
10
terlalu
goes down.
OP?
Saya
Kok
player
bisa
first
gitu?
blood.
A mistake there on the
There's the res.
crossover, but the res comes out right away from the wall. So that's wall down. That's res
Aku emang
down
silver,
early in
emang
this round.
gol
But
lah,
at
tapi
least the Total False
kalau
is
agak
still
aneh
up
juga
and running
awal
for
aku lah.
Tenz.
Kalah juga kan.
How do they push? It seems like Sentinels don't really want to do too much until they receive information from the guard again.
Aduh, ya
A
Allah,
little
ya
bit,
Allah.
who's here?
Kok
What are we
bisa
facing?
gitu?
Any bit to
Udah tahu dia
favor
OP loh
or
itu.
put the odds in their favor. We see the rotation now coming over from Dapper. He doesn't find too much of a flank. Remember, we got the res back in this one. That was the ultimate we saw focused from
Yeah,
Dapper
check.
for the last few rounds. B is a hit again, and Sentinels are going to try it.
Oh man, the salvation
Itu
coming
nice,
back
itu
from
nice.
the dead and gets the kill.
Itu nice.
Opener onto Saya player. Tenz gets an important kill, allowing Sentinels to get the plant down. Trent moving
Buta
forward,
ke
slow
slow.
flash, stuck inside the slow orbs as well.
Nggak usah ngepick,
So
nggak usah
looking good, at least
ngepick.
for Sentinels on the post plan. Tenz, he's activated. Long have we waited. And Trent is making it things a little bit more difficult for the guard to try to go for the retake, so they're saving here. It all will boil down to the last round of regulation.
Silly.
Oh my god, Riv.
I cannot believe this is what we're getting out of this game. Like, again, the simulation, I'm so glad it hasn't blue screened yet or anything that we're living in because
Don't cast
this
versus.
is surreal. Oh my gosh. Sentinels is going to bring it in with a full 5, too. A flawless round to bring it within 1 to tie Icebox versus the guard. Again, both teams bringing not new comps for the guard, but new, very new in Sentinels for Zelsis and Shroud and the rest of the team with the organization behind them and coaching, and the guard adding Cupid after Masters too. There's so many changes both teams have gone through. Holy crap, is this is the game that we get out of it. Absolutely amazing play coming out of both orgs.
I mean, look at that. I mean, one of those heroic plays, Jonah P's done it before on that Brimmy through the toxic screen, or trying to do that hero play from Saya player.
Masih bisa ulti
Because
Saya
he had the
player.
TP
Wah,
activated,
bisa
so
sih.
the reaction time that was needed for Tenz to get that kill was important, and he got it. And now the Total False comes out for the defense. Saya player has it ready, also has a Phantom. A 0 point, actually spotted a few as well.
Gila bet gila, Jo.
As they fall back now for the guard. Time to play more passively. And we're just looking to execute towards this A side. Total False misses, but we also have the null command for Valen, so that's no utility to come out, at least for now. The Nightfall, the flashes, everything is coming out right now for the guard. So early into this round, we have a great opportunity to reset now for Sentinels.
Oke, Felix, makasih Felix ya.
4-1 still being
Iya,
played
yang
on
mau
defense by the
yang mau
guard.
duluan,
They're hoping that
apalah
came into
serah,
play, and
makasih
Sentinels
banget.
will be able to
Makasih
do the
datang
right
juga,
one. This
walaupun
mid wall
bentar.
once again
Sumpah,
instantly cleared.
makasih banget aku. Om.
Fowler's not going to make it through. Yeah, that wall is actually huge. The fact
Ah,
that it's
dibakar lagi
solidified
dong.
really starts to throw guard off and how they can rotate. Only one's going to be coming through. B's to play again, but the mollies,
Nice.
the plants,
The push!
Zona P goes down.
Celsius with the headshot to Jonah P, but then runs back into the molly because that stays on for so long. It's a 4 versus 4.
Miss!
Off shot
Miss!
missed by Tenz. We're still moving forward inside the site now for Sentinels, and we're staying back at least, trying to run that clock down for the guard. Dapper doesn't have that wall anymore because he used it towards mid. We have to wait for the toxic screen to come back. back up, but this is an opportunity for the guard to push forward. We have to spray through the wall as well. Oh, the one in the gun stick sells to Dapper falls. Another shot from Saya player. Only 2 more to go. Tenz and Shazam. No Hunter's Fury as Shazam needs to get the kill to activate it on a 4 versus 2. A 0 point comes out and Tenz is posted with this off, looking back towards Snowman, waiting for Saya player. They both get a kill. It's a 2 versus 2. Now we're pushing forward on a 1 versus 1. It's Trent. It's Tenz. Trent is moving forward. The swing. He gets the kill. We're going into overtime.
Incredible play down to the last drop. You can't ask for
Kok live pagi
anything more.
tumben? Iya,
And
ini
it could
karena
be
acaranya
Tenz
pagi.
as well. The operator play coming through on the young Trent, taking him down. A clutch master of this series throughout. Holy crap, these rounds, Van Silly. We're going to overtime. The teams could not be pushing each other any harder to the max here. And it is the operator play. It is still Tenz to come up with the plays to make sure we get there. The chamber, the jet, it doesn't matter. Operator feels like home for this guy. We're in OT, round 25. Let's do it.
Tenz heard me, man. We talked about it. At some point in that second half, Zels is at the bottom, Shroud at the bottom, Tenz at the bottom, and he's like, nope. I'm not ready to go down yet, man. This is the last chance qualifier, so it's your last chances to get things done. And Sentinels did a great job to bring this into overtime. Now, you just mentioned it, Riv, we're resetting things. The wall comes up on the B site, and Dapper gets a little bit of info from the Prowler being played by Trent from Garage.
You really, I can't believe what Tenz and Shazam have done for Sentinels in the past few rounds. I mean, you have to think the guard is a bit shook coming into this first overtime round with what just happened, how close they came each time. And then you just have to take another breath and do it all over again. Sentinels, though, hungry. A huge push up here onto B. Not too much forward pushing by Sentinels. They're still getting the only read. What they see is what they get right now. Yep. No real information gained on the map by anybody. A 0 point goes out.
Oh, gitu untuknya ya. Nice banget setupnya. Nice banget setupnya. Udah habis skillnya. Tahan. Udah masuk. Oke. Shazam.
Those damn privy smokes. He lands both of them on the ground. And now we get the plant coming in from Jonah P. And Shazam swings out for the kill. Shuckers can do it. I'll do it with my gun, man.
Just enough to get the frag there. Set up for a 3v3 to end us up on this round of our first overtime. A slow rotation here. You can see the intention coming in from the side of Sentinels. They're letting Tenz go as slow as possible before he meets with the team. And they get these shots in. Nobody wanting to peek. Nobody wanting to be the first one to go down. The shot misses!
Oh my, still there though. Valen's still there, but Shroud stops him close range, so we're pushing forward from a nice haunt. But it's Shroud with the 3rd kill into the round and a 4th kill into the round. The defuse comes in for Sentinels, and they retake the lead in the series.
He may have flew under the radar. He may have been a bit quiet throughout this game on Icebox, but Shroud with the 4K once again popping off exactly when they need it. Match point now for Sentinels as this game has gone back and forth in favor of Guard, in favor of Sentinels. Once again, game point for Sentinels. This is absolutely incredible, Van Silly. We have been blessed with a Valorant match here between Sen and Guard. Absolutely.
Definitely gonna be blasting some Drake music after this series with the hashtag blessed for sure, man. This is a great way to kick things off for the LCQ. And let me remind you once again, chat, that we have another series coming up after this, and that's FaZe versus EG. But before that, let's see the conclusion of this one. It's continuing to be intense as you talked about the guard potentially being shook here. No forward pushes. Look at how the 3 players are working towards mid. Jump spot, super passive towards back A, looking to play the retake. The only one that's really aggressive is Saya player in the front of green.
Oh.
Sentinels towards mid. A contact mid play.
Bolong. Aduh, gak jadi bolong.
Absolutely brazen. And they find Jonah P utility out in overtime.
No way, but we still have Trent in the back of the site. It's traded out by Tenz once again. Spike picked up, traded out by Valen. Spike is down once again with the fragment on the ground. Alert towards mid doesn't work out. It's a player advantage back into the guard as Net is pushing forward. Zelsis thought he had the timing. Now it's Shroud on the 3 versus 1 as he leans out. Net brings it into another overtime.
We go from the round before to this. to absolutely just pushed it
Dapat
mid and then
satu.
taken out.
Nembak
What?
lagi.
It blew my mind. If I
Dapat
was Sentinels, I'd be
refrag.
like, why the
4
hell are
lawan
there two
3.
spawn looking through the Omen TP spot?
Net
Through Omen
dapat
Playground. Why are there two
bokong.
there? Oh my gosh, the guard just mixing it up.
I even thought that
Tiga
was going to be one of those
sama.
moments where Jonah P has been playing lights
Net
out this
dapat.
map and then gets caught off guard by that
Net
one by Dapper. That was going to be the nail in the coffin, but
Anjir.
thankfully the guard were able to trade
Gak
back
jadi,
and fight back
Cok.
to
Pakai
show
jam
this double
tangan.
overtime. We're resetting things. That momentum that was built by Sentinels off that retake is now gone from how that round panned out here for the guard.
2-1-2 across the map. Super default defense by Sentinels here to make sure they have utility on each side that they can use to delay or get that 1v1 duel. The same thing really set up by the guard. They have taken this one patiently. I think we may be moving into the not want to lose phase of the game, where we may get a little bit hesitant on the plays. I would be very surprised to see a super fast play coming out here, but that's what we love. We love to be surprised. And just, it's going to be a waiting game right now eventually. We're down to 1 minute. I think everybody is cemented in place right now.
Mas Tyson mau ngeluarin game MOBA baru udah tau belum?
Dangerous position
Ah, yang
at the beginning
mana?
of this round for Shroud though.
Itu tah?
Because if he
Yeah.
actually does
Apa?
get flushed out by a Prowler, by a Haunt, by a
Yang
Recon
itu
or
tah?
anything, or should I say a zero
Auto
point,
MOBA.
he's not the one that's going to be able to TP away.
Maksudnya
You're going to have to run that snake
Auto
bite
chess
onto the
MOBA.
ground to run the delay because you want to use Tenz
Mana?
to look down towards under 2 from his positioning on the top of B. So that's unlocked at least for now. And the guard are looking to work towards A site.
Oh gila itu 3 detik, Cuk. Masuk ini. Masuk ini.
Push through.
Masuk
Wall's
ini
already
fix, ini
there.
fix, ini fix.
Remember that choke point really did him in last time, so they're going to make sure they clear out most of it. No
Mati.
flash play to come through. Sentinels isn't ready for it. The wall goes down, a bit of a mistiming.
2 openers. Beautiful flash from Valen as well. That's it.
Is
It's a 5 versus 2.
On
Yeah,
off kicks.
but it-
Oh, itu nggak baru, itu nggak baru.
Shroud and Tenz, only Tenz with the first headshot. Second
nggak
one
baru.
Tenz onto net,
Or
looking
under
back
Kings.
towards the 410, 70 HP left, 10 bullets in the chamber. Speaking of
Looks like-
chambers, he also has
Dua
headhunter.
masih ada
Molly
api-apinya,
set up by
Cuk.
Jonah P just on the right there by Electric Box on your right. Good and happy to fire that out and set up for another one. Is he going mid or out? He is. Look at the rotation by Jonah P right now.
Oh, yeah.
He's laced up and sprinting mid after firing to Molly. The ability to continue to delay. You have to be
10
kidding
HP,
me.
Nothing you
They
can
have
do
like a
here.
guarantee on this round. A 2-year guarantee right there.
Love Kings tuh kayak
13 to
ini,
13,
kayak
the
apa? Emang
guard
punya dia dan
pulling into
Tenson
the
itu
favor
udah
now
lama.
in OT.
Itu
Oh my gosh, game
itu yang
point,
dibilang
let's
itu kan
go.
belum rilis global kok. Iya, dari di Cina udah lama. Itu Under of Kings tuh mau rilis globalnya aja. Kemarin dia kan cuma rilis Cina doang kan, yang apa judulnya? Glory, apalah itulah pokoknya lah. Sama aja tapi katanya sama Under of Kings, nggak salah. Ya bisa jadi sih, bakal jadi game bagus tapi aku lebih anticipate itu sih auto MOBA, auto chess MOBA. Soalnya kayak Dota banget kan. Orang-orang bakal main nggak? Itu sih pertanyaannya. Bukan sih, bukan kata yang benar tuh bukan orang bakal main sih. Apakah bisa ngalahkan Mobile Legends dan ya Mobile Legends buat Indonya.
I think one of the things that makes it so chaotic.
Kalau buat global ya susah juga sih ngomongnya. Itu Indo rame sih, rame banget.
And
Buat
you
Mobile
can
Legends.
basically get all the denied space that you want, right? You're getting information by throwing a
Wah,
haunt
kami
somewhere.
ngantuk.
Nobody's there.
Ayo.
0 point
Udah
covers a
jam 7, mau jam
gigantic area.
11,
You
jam
know
4
no
jam
one's
mau
there. And if it's one person at yellow, you know the rest are long B.
Kalau
And
nanti
you can do the
Jumatan
same
harus
thing at
bangun.
A. The guard is
Tidur
doing
lama.
so good at identifying that negative space that they're not getting info from is where their opponents are. And they're using it so well. I mean, Sens do the same thing with a bit of their comp with the KO and the Sova, so credit to both teams, but they're using it so well to dissect and take out Sentinels. Saya, Jonah, 25, 24 frags. Everybody's getting deep into this one. Prowler mid to start things off, and it looks like Tenz is actually going to be on a solo mission this time.
It's been a while since we've seen some pipes control and the alarm bot trademark now broken TV out.
Okay.
This could work out for the later rounds or the later half of this round.
Oh my god, oh my god.
Saya player still has that TP available. Looking to swing back out, and this Al Drone will probably confirm that it's time to go for the TP back.
You know they always hold for possible shots there. The wall goes down quickly. Dapper trying to set up defense actually against his own wall. The forward positioning is a must right now. They have to be confident enough to use it. Still a bit of hesitation on getting into the site from the guard.
Gila ya Allah,
I
pasang
want to know
dulu.
that Sen is just as committed. And
Pasang
here's the plant
dulu.
going down.
Oke. Ai.
The dink.
Plant, a dink indeed. Now the
That's
wall
it.
gets broken, but Shroud, he's still alive for a bit as he swings out.
timing!
What a bait by Trent! How crazy are you gonna do that
Net.
in overtime? 2 kills then come back from the guard. It's a player advantage now for the defenders for the retake. But like I said, it's still panic for long. We have good positioning right now from Sentinels. No more fragments, no more post-plant positioning. And because of that, players are falling down. And now that allows the Viper Smith to come back. 1 more to go. And Celsius with the kill through the smoke, looking for the spray. It's back at halfway, out with the classic. That gets the kill. And that's gonna be the guard that finally seals it. 13-15 in their favor. And oh my god, Riv. It's time for you
Harusnya
to
sih
take
bakal
a
rame
good
soalnya
line
game Tenz
breather.
nggak ada yang gagal tahu.
What an
Itu
amazing
auto
series
chase-nya
coming
gagal
out
hitungannya.
of both teams. It
Hanya
couldn't be
Tenz
said
sih
anymore.
sebenarnya.
The guard pushing
Cuma ya
Sentinels
emang
to
bakal
the
rame karena
max
emang
there.
udah terkenal di
I'd say
Cina.
at the end, though,
Dia
look at the rounds it
melanjutkan
took for Zan
kesuksesan
and
di
Tenz
Cina
to
harusnya.
capitalize into an
Oke lah, makasih udah
overtime
nontonnya.
round.
Udahan
You
dulu.
really can't take away
Nanti
anything
soal
from
Jumatan
either
aku harus
team
coba.
on this.
Ya wis,
They
makasih ya.
played
Makasih
a
udah
hell of a
lihat
series
pokoknya.
on both sides, but Guard
Santai, nanti siang yang live
adapting,
winnernya bro
figuring out a
Mobile
little bit
Legends. Semoga
more.
bisa
I
rame
think
seperti
having a
dahulu
bit more
kala. Makasih ya
versatility in
semuanya.
those strats to work
Assalamualaikum.